Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we will be talking about the most successful comedian, actor and producer of our generation. Most of all, how did he become so successful? Be sure to like, subscribe, share and watch the whole video.
This is your bachelor party. Next 24 hours, the boys will be with the boys.
And the girls with a girl.
Before starting Kevin's story, one of the world's foremost entrepreneurs once said, "It's not about putting up with discomfort. It's about refusing to put up with comfort." Everyone wants to be comfortable, but what we don't realize is that comfortability kills our drive, our vision, and ultimately our potential for greatness. Comfort seems like a safe place, but we don't accomplish anything great by staying safe. The same entrepreneur also said, "A life of greatness is like an endless boxing match." Notice that word, endless. Greatness is not something you achieve in a moment so that you can sit back and relax. It's a commitment to fight harder, to make more impact, and to live out your dream as loudly and boldly as you can.
I'm a season 1 holder of eyes. Have you seen it? No. Exactly, so you don't have the knowledge. Everybody listen up!
Believe it or not, those two quotes come from comedian and actor Kevin Hart in his new audiobook, The Decision, Overcoming Today's BS for Tomorrow's Success, which is available exclusively on Audible. That's right, one of the biggest superstars in the entertainment world is tapping into the magic we make here on the School of Greatness. So, who is Kevin Hart? Kevin Hart is a hugely successful comedian, actor, and producer who began his career by sizing men and women for footwear. In his spare time, he would run over to a Philadelphia amateur comedy club to try his hand at stand-up. In his early career, Kevin Hart underwent his fair amount of struggle and criticism. But after dedicated practice and performance, he quit his salesman job to fully pursue comedy. He began performing full-time, launching a legendary career as a comedian and actor. In 2009, Kevin released his first stand-up album, titled I'm a Grown Little Man, and has released 4 additional stand-up albums since then. He's also put out several comedy specials and documentary series on television, including Seriously Funny and Irresponsible. His most recent series, Don't Fuck This Up, is guaranteed to make you cry laughing, and you can check it out on Netflix. As if having an extensive career in stand-up wasn't enough, Kevin is also one of the funniest actors working in Hollywood. He starred in many movies, some of his most popular features being Think Like a Man, Get Hard, and Central Intelligence. Most recently, he's branched out into voice work, lending his talent to The Secret Life of Pets and The Secret Life of Pets 2, as well as starred in the hilarious new Jumanji movies. Not only is Kevin Hart one of the world's favorite comedians and actors, but now he's also your life coach. He just released his new audiobook, The Decision, Overcoming Today's BS for Tomorrow's Success, which is exclusively available on Audible.
Picks!
Y'all done here? We want to play some full court.
Oh yeah, we're good.
No, we're not. Y'all want the court? You play for the court. That's what real men do.
So y'all want to play for it?
Am I stuttering? You're not gonna punk us.
I'm not serious.
I am serious. People come in here and they think they got us. They don't have nothing.
In his new audiobook, Kevin gets real and raw about the lessons and skills he's learned and how they can help you create the life you've always dreamed of. It's not only empowering, but also hysterical. Kevin Hart is truly a life coach like no other. This is what Kevin Hart had to say about his mission behind the new audiobook. So many people are getting in their own way, you know, and it's because of the judgment. It's because of the fear of what you think, what people think, but it's in your own head. Through all the ups and downs, I've been able to realize that some things you just can't change. You can only get past and attempt to do better moving forward. And this doesn't mean that I'm at some amazing place and standing on some amazing mountain and screaming down below. It just means that I have information that I think is valuable and that I think some people may want to hear. Kevin Hart. You obviously know Kevin as a superstar comedian and actor, but he's actually one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world, with deeply insightful, life-changing advice.
You want? Hey, Mike, how old is your mom? What? I'm not saying it like that. I am. It's like that. Miss Loretta, I'm ready for the rest of the tour.
Kevin Hart on self-doubt, being 5 feet 4 inches, and finding the gold in comedy. You'd imagine that a celebrity, comedian, and actor such as Kevin Hart has zero self-doubt. But when he was beginning comedy, things looked a lot different from how they do now. He struggled to get auditions, laughs, and affirmation from the comedy community. He's also a foot shorter than basically all the other male comedians, so his height didn't add to his confidence either. In his new audiobook, Kevin Hart discusses how he has conquered self-doubt and accepted that not every person is going to like him. I felt like everybody was supposed to like me. Man, I'm a nice guy. I'm a lovable, nice guy. Why wouldn't you like me? What I found is like, look, everybody's not gonna like you. And you can't change that. You can't control that. So, it's my job to be happy with my intent and what it is that I'm trying to do. That's my job. As it said shithole or said small environment, I realized that each one of those opportunities was a way for me to work on me. my craft. And I'm supposed to take something out of that moment that's good. Whether it's 2 laughs, whether it's 20, whether it's 100, I have to take something away from this experience. And basically, hold on to it and improve off of that. Kevin Hart. Kevin looked at each moment of struggle as an opportunity for growth. When you struggle with insecurity, you can let those moments define you, or you can use those moments to propel you forward. Kevin found a way to search for the good, even in the really shitty moments of being booed or ridiculed. As he puts it, he developed a high level of shoulder shrug. I asked Kevin how he's learned to build confidence over the past several years, and he explained that it was a long process. Everybody's story is different, and what I find is that it takes time for everyone. Even the easiest road is still met with some degrees of difficulty. There are no easy roads. So, when I was coming up, and I'm not getting any auditions, or I'm not getting the opportunities, I had to say to myself, it's going to come. If I put the work in, it has no choice but to come. Kevin Hart. Kevin's hard work came to fruition. Building self-confidence takes commitment, especially when you're in an environment when people are constantly evaluating you and sizing you up. Comedy is one of the most critiqued professions in the world, but through all the hard times, Kevin reminded himself that it was about the craft. If he nailed the craft, then the money would come later. And it did. Learning from mistakes and resisting cancel culture. Through his massive success, Kevin Hart gained a crazy amount of freedom. But with more freedom, there are often heavier consequences for your actions. Wealth, fame, success, these can all be wonderful things, but they're serious things that require a lot of responsibility to handle. In our interview, Kevin shared intimately about how his fame had a lot of consequences. There's nobody that's going to get thrown a curveball of success, fame, money, popularity, and not fall victim to any of the consequences. You eventually will. No way around it. Especially if you're younger, you will. And after you fall victim to whatever consequences, and there are so many different variations of them, consequences can be spending money and not realizing the things that came with making money and blowing that load. It could be drugs. It could be being mean and ignorant to people. It could be infidelity. Kevin Hart. Kevin admits freely to his mistakes and doesn't try to sugarcoat them. He also doesn't try to dismiss them but sees them as stepping stones to a brighter future. Because of his past mistakes, including infidelity, Kevin has learned what he could only learn from experience. You need to be an idiot sometimes so that you have perspective, and you also have to accept that mistakes happen all throughout life. Not just in the beginning stages. You don't know what you're gonna do. You have no idea. It's your job to try to do your best to grow and to set up whatever you can for those around you. You can't assume that once you learn from one mistake, you're all set. Because like Kevin says, you don't know what your life holds. You don't know the struggles that are going to test you in the future. For celebrities, their mistakes are announced to the world, highlighted in magazines and featured in headlines. In reality, they make the same mistakes as we do, but something called cancel culture emerges. It's basically when people shame a person or a group for a mistake that they've made and don't give them a chance to recover. I say all that to say that you have to experience some down to know why you're getting up. This whole thing of cancel culture and the consequences being so severe for so many, it's f-king ridiculous. Do I think that there should be consequences for people's actions? Absolutely, absolutely. But are you telling me that you should never be able to recover from a mistake? Kevin Hart isn't interested in repeating the past but is committed to building a better future for himself, his wife, and his kids. Through every mistake and every future mistake, Kevin Hart continues to press forward and treat every slip-up as a lesson. He's not perfect, but neither are we. And it's not about being perfect, it's about being better. Woo-woo, what a nice guy Kevin is. What do you think of Kevin's story? Comment down below, and also who do you want me to do next? That's all for today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a nice day.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me.